Good afternoon. Saturday, September 16th. My purpose, found my purpose though, really help myself and help others try to ensure to survive. You know, my purpose to help myself and others as well the best way that I can, along with myself, to survive, to try survive, to try to maintain stability and hopefully even maintain stability at a high level. But yes, once again, my purpose to help myself and others, if can, to survive and to acquire and maintain stability and potentially stability at the highest level. Intellectual, I'm always reflecting, always been a reflecting type man. Try to be positive. The times we are very different, the last 15 years or so. A lot of in the sense of a lot of disconnect, in the sense of, even more distractions, looking down at the phone, not communicating, stuff like that. But I just want to add that a few things. I need complete silence for this part. So for starters, I'm grateful. Grateful once again this Saturday, September 16, 2023. Grateful, as far as aside from my gig, I submitted about 8 applications, just for like further, a better gig, better income, and did some exercise, no toxin, and just having a milkshake right now, or frosty, if you will, and just being on that grind, on that focus. But I want to add a few points, including real quick, for anyone that's going through things, and including myself all the times that I went through things, for example, and for anybody out there, like for myself, for example, like times like these, it just reminds me how much I'm capable of times like these. Because, for example, the last 2-3 days, I only ate about one meal or so. I didn't eat till about 5 because just that laser focused, I had an obstacle, I had to deal with on these last few days and stuff like that. I had an obstacle I had to deal with, and that's when I try to turn on that laser focus, that plasma laser focus, But the past 2-3 days, I really didn't eat. I didn't eat till about 6 p.m., 7 p.m. at night. All morning, just, either in my thoughts, little working through it, trying to get through it, and then just taking care of certain things I had to take care of and stuff like that to the best of my ability, and just didn't eat, but still, pushing through. It just reminds me of what I'm capable of and what you're capable of, So I want to motivate people. I want to keep reminding that in this video, that as part of my purpose, is I really realize, to try to help myself and others, to try to, if I can along the way, help others who may have been struggling at some points as well, who may have struggled at some points as well. I see my brothers and stuff, you know, many a time, you know, having issues with job or myself. Everything that I'm about to say and everything I say, I'm not only speaking for others examples, but also, possibly for myself. So I'm including myself. But yeah, some of my some people I know of, some brothers and stuff, issues with job or issues with like child support. I don't have a child. I don't have a child at this moment yet. I don't have a child. Um, but just child support issue I hear of, or job related, or a decent place, or stresses. Men or women, I've heard of, working 6-day weeks, 7-day weeks. So just to go through real quick, like I mentioned before in many of videos, real quick, super quick, you know, um, age 18 or so, like I mentioned before, just for about 3 years or so, from right as I reached age 18 or so, I was denied certain like identification things, which prevented me from being able to work regular job. I didn't have like any ID for like 3 years, age 18 through about 21, no ID. So had to work. So I ended up working like temp labor jobs. That was the first period of time that I did like temp labor jobs, and landscaping, under the table, shoveling jobs for about 3 years or so. It's pretty stressful. From about age 18, pretty much on own. From about 18 on till now, minus about 6 months. From age 18 till about now. No people places as far as to stay with, which is fine. They've been in communication with me, amazing, had my back type of things and like that. I've been staying on my own, so paying the rent, taking care of the rent best I can, finding random roommate places. Um, for a period of time, had to stay at the shelter, had to stay at like a men's shelter. Period of time, catching buses years 2013 through 2018, like six, like no, a little longer than that, like 6-7 years. Had to catch buses because license issues. From VA, Virginia, where they giving me my license, but 2 weeks later I got mail saying, oh, they didn't notice until now that there was tickets from years prior in Florida. I have 2 weeks to pay it or it was suspended license. So like 5 years, 5, 6, or 7 years, whatever, that I had to catch buses to temp jobs, on and off temp jobs, sometimes a call center here and there, stuff like that. So I want to say, to anybody struggling, to myself, and to anybody that, I can help, it's that time, remove certain things, you know, us brothers don't fall trapped to trying to desperately find family through dating, don't fall trapped to just being hurt and desperately seeking family through dating, be all right. I mastered, finally to be all right if just doing me rather than, dating, desperately looking for family, trying to have family. It'll be all right, grind, I got my focus more than ever. Try not to make your bills too high. Try not to make, your bills and expenses, be 1,600 here, 500 there type of thing, the best you can. Try your best, man, and be patient and stuff like that. So I'll talk soon. I will talk soon. When I can, on and off. I've been really more and more busy. I've been more and more busy, and focus, laser focus as far as like, trying to have hours back where I wanted. Laser focus as far as, like I said, not worried about certain things, not doing certain things, not desperately seeking family, man, not desperately seeking that need for family to where I'm dating, but just being all right, being all right, focused and stuff like that. If talking to someone, only talking to one, even if want to ignore you. I've had situations, like, what I mean is, I had situations where I was ghosted, ignored for a week, 2 weeks. Person I was talking to ignored me for 2 weeks straight. And, just because I ended up associating or talking to or dating somebody else, I was held for that. I was ridiculed for that and stuff like that. But yeah, you got some guys as how I was, some guys as how I used to be, is scared and desperately trying to seek family, and desperately trying to seek that family that they might not have right across the street or living with them, and desperately trying to seek, something that's real. And if for a second we feel from that girl that, oh, this might not be real, she in and out, she's storming off, she's saying words like, I don't know if this is gonna work, I don't know if this is gonna work, that's trigger signs saying, like, to that guy that's just desperately just trying to seek family. I was that person, and that's the only reason why, why I was dating and stuff like that, just really desperately trying to seek something that's real, just to have a family. And to get to that point, where I'll be willing to do whatever, share phone, whatever it may be, just really go all in. I don't know, live in a cabin house. I've always been like that type of guy. Like, I'll be willing to live way out somewhere in the middle of nowhere in a cabin house together, make babies, a family, bring fly family in for the holidays, fly family in, or fly to go see family and stuff like that. So, locked in, like I said, did a bunch of apps. So, like I said, man, to help myself and others, push, and try best to make it through, overcome, survive type of thing. So, talk soon.